You can hear the Modalics MINDst Drums in this project that I'm working on right now. Let's check that out.
Ready, set, let's roll. Turn up the radio, put it in drive and head out on the road.
I'm Zane. Welcome to Audio Tech TV, where I know you can make great music at home, and the Modalics MINDst Drums is a tool that can really help you to achieve that. So let's check it out in a little more depth here. So what we just heard in that little bit of a song was the MINDst Drum set up as a multi-output instrument. So if I go into my drum sub here, I have all the tracks output here, and I have some effects and stuff on there. I'm going to close this one down, and I'm just going to open up an instance where I haven't done anything to it. You can see it's just set up as a single plugin on a track here. So it does come with only one drum kit, but really that's all you need is one excellent sounding drum kit. A little bit about this drum kit. It's a custom made DW kit that was made for drummer Doron Giat, and the cymbals are actually Doron's signature cymbals. So this is kind of a one-of-a-kind drum kit. You're not going to find this one anywhere else. And it really has that nice live sound to it. It's snappy. It sounds like a real drum kit. Now, another thing I want to mention is the different qualities that you can choose. So you can see here, you can have just the 16-bit samples, and that's going to take about 10.4 gigabytes on your hard drive for that one. Or if you want, you can go with the 24-bit samples, and they're going to take about 28.4 gigabytes on your hard drive. There are some presets in here to change up the way the kit sounds, and we'll have a look at that in just a bit. But right now, I just want to have a look at what's going on here. So here's our drums, and if we click, you can hear your drums in there. And one of the cool things right from this screen is if I click on, say, the kick drum, I now have access to some settings for the kick drum. And I can click here. I have more settings, velocity curve, and then the original settings there. So that's pretty cool. So you have access to settings here. And with the snare, there's a cool setting that we can do. We can click this, and you can see right now we're hitting the snare drum right around there. But if we want, we can hit it in the center. And it's going to sound like this. So you can hear that changes the way the snare sounds, and depending on the project you're working on, you might want to play around with where you're hitting the snare drum. And you can also see you can play it with your right hand, or we can change that and we can play it with our left hand, and that does change the sound of it. So some really cool settings in here. Plus, we can take it even further. We can look at the mixer. So we'll click right on that. And here is our mixer. It may look like your typical drum plugin mixer, but if we click on, say, kick here, now you can see we have even more sub mixes over to the side here. So you can access the kick in, kick out, and even more kick settings. You can add some of the bleed from the snare, the overheads, and the room drums. And then down along the bottom here, you can see you have some effects. You have drive, compression, EQ, and then you have your sends. And right now you can see it's being sent a little bit to Studio Verb. And if we want to access these reverbs, which are a master effect, so you can send any of these drums to these reverbs, but we can just click on the master section up here, and then we go over to reverbs. And then we have our studio type or our plate type down here, and you can edit whatever you want. You can turn them on and off. And the same thing with your drive effect. You can turn it on and off, compressor on and off, and you can turn them on and off for each individual drum. And now this is just our basic mixer look. If we want a more in-depth mixer, we can click on all. And now you can see you have all of your drums in here. So you have access to even more settings if you want. And again, you can click on them and see all your additional settings over the side here. So that's a quick look at our mixer. If you like to set up your drums on a single track and you don't want to do the multi-output, you can do a lot of stuff within the mixer itself here, and then just kind of use this as your drum bus. It's really easy to use that way. Now let's just have a look at our drums again. And I just want to show you that this actually comes with some MIDI grooves as well. So you can start creating music with this right away. And if we click here, we can look at all these different styles. I'm going to go to rock and we'll click on driving force 2. So if we click that, and now if we want to hear it, we press play. You're not hearing anything. You got to press play in your song. So once we press play here, now that's some really heavy drumming there. There's a bunch of other styles in here. Maybe I'll go to one of these other rock examples here and let's just try halftime 2. Hear what that sounds like. And it makes it easy if I want to check it out in my song. So I can click there and I'm going to mute my other drums. Then I'm going to unsolo that and I'm going to turn this down. So let's hear what this sounds like with our song. Now, obviously, I need to do a lot more settings with the drum, but you get an idea of how that beat's going to sound with the song that you're working on, and then you can take it from there. Now, let's say I like this groove. I can easily just click and drag it down into here, let go, and there's the clip right there, and I can pause this now, and I'm going to hear just the clip play.
Ready, set, let's roll. Turn up the radio, put it in drive and head out on the road.
So you can really easily start to put your songs together just using the included grooves now. If you want even more grooves, maybe you already have some drum plugins. If we go into map here, we can click on the preset section. You can see there's MIDI maps for other drums, like there's the Ableton Basic, Addictive Drums, Beat Scholar, which is one of their plugins, Easy Drummer, Get Good Drums, Roland TD50, and I'm sure there will be more and more. And of course, you can add your own in there. So if you use a different drum plugin and you want to bring grooves from that in here, you can easily set it up and then save it so you won't have to do that again. But for this song, I actually used Easy Drummer grooves, and it was so easy. I just clicked on Easy Drummer and it automatically mapped the drums exactly like the way the groove was set up. Now, I did mention that it has some other presets in here for other sounds. Let's just have a listen to some of those. You can see there's a lot of different presets in here. If we want to go to rock, let's go to low tuned and we'll hear what that sounds like. So you can see there's other styles in here too. You have some hip hop grooves, jungle, there's Afrobeat. There's all different types of sounds in here, and you can achieve some different sounds with these presets. So the drum kit sounds different as well. And if you're like me and you just want a nice flat sounding drum kit, what I do is I go into the mixer and I make sure I turn off all of the effects. So I don't want those on. I turn off the reverbs. And then I just kind of set everything up so it's flat and take it from there. That way I have a basic sounding drum kit and I can do all of the editing that I want using plugins that I want on each individual drum. Or if I want to do the editing right within the plugin, I can use the compressor and stuff that's already built in there. And now this right here is a pretty flat sounding kit. So let's listen to it again in my song here.
Rubber on the asphalt, tires
They can really cut through the mix. You're hearing that snappiness of the snare. You hear that kick drum in there. You can hear the toms when they come in and all of the cymbals. It's an excellent drum kit. Now you can get even more info on this or download the demo for it. Try it out yourself by clicking right here. And if you want to check out this DAW that I'm using, you can click the video down below. You can see what I'm doing there. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. For Audio Tech TV, I'm Zane. Keep creating. Fist bump. Thumbs up.